Alright guys, welcome back to another Opera Omnia video where we're going to be talking about Garland, who actually came a little bit early than expected on Global last night. So we're going to briefly talk about him. I'm going to talk about the rework and whatnot in his C90, and I will also let you guys know, especially for any newer player, if he is worth pulling for or if you should hold on until a later date whenever his kit gets rerun, which I don't believe it's been rerun as of late, if I'm not mistaken. So, but regardless though, we're going to go ahead and talk about all of that in this video. So do let me know down in the comment section below what your thoughts are on Garland, if you guys are going to be pulling for him, for those who do not have him. And for those who do already have him, are you enjoying his upgrades? Let me know down in the comment section below. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So we'll quickly look at his rework before we jump into whether or not you should go for his kit. So his skill 1 gains an increase in Brave potency, and the splash damage now deals 50%. The Plus version now deals 2 single target HP attacks with Brave potency increase, and on each HP attack deals 50% splash damage. His skill 2 now deals 2 HP attacks, and on the Plus version it deals 3 HP dumps, and both do get a Brave potency increase. His LD deals 4 HP attacks with Brave potency increase and deals 50% splash damage on every HP attack except for the last. His follow-up now deals 2 HP attacks with Brave potency increase and allows for 150% stolen max Brave overflow. Now, he starts off the fight with his EX ready to be used. His EX now deals 4 HP attacks with Brave potency increase, grants 3 stacks of his Soul of Chaos buff, and now deals full HP damage. And then his C65 increases Brave gain to 200% of attack, allows for 120% gained max Brave overflow, and it got extended to 6 turns. It adds a 15% attack up, now totaling 30%, and a 30% Brave damage cap up. So is Garland worth picking up? So Garland can actually do a couple of different things, and he definitely leans more so towards a selfish DPS, even with his BT effect. Like his BT effect, when you take a look at it, his BT effect definitely focuses more on him and the party dealing some high Brave damage numbers. So like in his BT effect, he has party stolen, max Brave overflow, Brave damage up, Brave damage cap up, and HP damage cap up. The one thing about his BT effect is that even though his BT effect does last for quite a while, it lasts for 8 turns, it actually doesn't have any HP damage cap up. So you definitely want to make sure that if you are planning to use Garland, if you are planning to give him his force enhancements, that you want to pair him up with strong supports that do have HP damage cap up within their BT effect or whatever party auras it is that they grant. So that way Garland can actually dish out some much higher HP damage. Now Garland, he is able to delay, and he will be able to delay on pretty much all of his skills so long as you have his Soul of Conflict buff active. So with that, I mean, like he does have different options when it comes to the type of attacks in terms of like single target and AoE. So you can go by whichever one of the two you want to go with, depending on like what the fight is going on, so on and so forth. Garland, even though delaying and everything like that, of course, will make it so that the enemy does not have any turns. If you do go up against a boss that does jump in the turn order, or if they just all of a sudden decide that they want to give themselves some turns, then Garland may not be the best character to take, especially if you're going to be using or taking advantage of his BT effect, because his BT effect is a stacked based BT effect, and it increases by 1 up to a max stacks of 5 after any party member's turn, but it goes back down to 1 after the enemy's turn. So that's one to keep a note on that if you do decide that you want to go for Garland. But regardless of that though, like for him having delay in his entire kit is pretty solid. I mean, like it, you know, and especially with the overhead or the aura that affects the enemy in his overhead, being that it does have a defense down, and it is based on stacks on his overhead. It does have a built-in defense and speed down aura. So with that, it'll make it so that, you know, if the bosses are speedy in whatever shape or form, it would actually push them back, making it easier for Garland to delay, which of course in turn will grant you more turns for either himself or your teammates. But Garland Garland, he is a straight up DPS. He is there to deal damage and whatnot. That's pretty much what he is there to do. Again, pairing him up with a support with HP damage cap up is definitely going to help him out, especially with how his kit, his focus, we're pretty much making it so that he is pretty much like gonna be capping with like with the amount of brave damage up that he has in his kit, because like when it comes to like his BT effect, he at max stacks he can have a 100% brave damage up, and then his overhead also provides him with a 50% brave damage up, so that's 150% brave damage up. So brave gains, I mean, it could help him out, but like more than likely Garland he is going to be capping out on his HP damage cap. So that's why I said, like, you know, like HP damage cap up would definitely be solid for Garland. The only really con that I would say about Garland as of right now, until he gets a rework later down the line, because he has not gotten a rework since this rework, is going to be that his HP dumps in general, aside from like maybe his EX and his LD, his skill 1 and skill 2, like they don't really have too many HP dumps. And yes, he does have his follow-ups, which does add on to that, but like I kind of feel like I feel like they could have gave him a little bit more, and I feel like that's really like the only small con to his kit at the moment. But like overall though, like, you know, aside from like that little thing right there, like when you look at Garland though, it really just depends, like if you are wanting to get yourself a in my opinion, he's a solid DPS unit that does provide some very good or does deal some high brave numbers. He does provide that brave damage increase to the party via his BT effect, and like he can have his uses and whatnot. I'm not going to say that he is like a situational type of character. I mean, like you can definitely make him work in more fights than you would, let's say, like Balthier. But like overall though, I would say that he is a pretty solid DPS unit in my opinion. But I feel like one of the reasons that would make you not want to pull for him is because like later down the line, or especially with next month coming up, there is going to be a very good amount of characters that is going to be released into global, which a lot of players have been saving up for or are pretty hyped up about. Like let's take example like Minwoo. You do have Vaughn with his FR. You have Hope. You do have Celeste, you have Dorgon, you actually do have a good amount of characters who are going to be getting reworks, the FRs, the BT, so on and so forth. So it just depends on like what it is that you are trying to look for. I do believe the banner doesn't leave for like maybe another week or so, something like that. Don't quote me on that. So what I'm probably going to be doing is I might actually release an early pool planning video to talk about the characters that are going to be coming out next month, so that way, like if you're debating if you are wanting to green Garland or pick up Garland, whatever it is that you want to do, then hopefully that pool planning video can kind of give you an idea and help you decide on what you want to do. So, but like overall though, Garland, I do think he is pretty solid. He can definitely have some uses, and you know, if you pair him up with the right characters, and yeah, he can definitely dish out some numbers, even if that small little con of his, or that I say that I think he has with the lowish HP dump. So, but yeah, guys, other than that, that's pretty much going to be it for the video. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.